me in the neighbourhood in Glasgow.
And you came out on my leaving do as well.
Absolutely. I think it was just you, me, and you. I think it was the only one that turned up.
That's how popular I was towards the back end, isn't it? That's it. Who wants to come out for my leaving do? I'm moving to Cyprus. Who wants to come out? Well, Spud's coming anyway. That's.
We had a good night. That was...
We did. We had a great night. I'm surprised I didn't get into a fight. I must have been so calm because there was a guy in the toilets and he had a piss. And he didn't wash his hands, and the guy that was, that sprays you with some aftershave or whatever, says to him, "You're not going to wipe your hands." And then the dirty bastard wiped my face with his hands. I mean, I should have murdered him, but I was obviously probably drugged up or something, I don't know. But it was...
Remember when we got in the bar and Faces of Disco from Britain's Got Talent was on?
Yes, yeah, that was amazing.
What a night.
What a random night. We need to do that again. We need to do it. Right, winding down now. Now, one thing we spoke about on the unreleased, unrecorded show that unfortunately we missed, and I'm gutted that we missed this because this was your big announcement. And I think I'm fair to say possibly the thing you're proudest of from your wrestling career is that you've recently been named an ambassador for the Starlight. Is that correct?
Yeah, for Starlight UK, which is a kids charity for terminally ill, sick children here in the UK, and it really is the most overwhelming and just the best thing I could ever have had bestowed upon me in my wrestling career. If I left the wrestling business tomorrow, I could say that this is the one thing I'm most proud of because of how much of a giving thing it is. It's just when I was watching wrestling when I was a kid, I always remember how it made me feel, and these kids are the biggest superstars in the world to me because of what's going on in their life. But that's also the beauty of our business, that they're able to watch our industry. And think about this. Of all the people that we go on about, that why is there such negativity towards wrestling here? What about scripted promos? What about guys just coming and putting their bag down? What about a guy watching a DVD in the back? None of that means anything when you look at these kids. And when you look, you look them in the eye, and you just, I met little Regan from Grimsby, and he 6 years old, could have met anyone in the world, but he wanted to meet me, which it was overwhelming in itself. And then you've got, all this wrestling talk aside, you've got this little kid that's just looking at you like you're a superhero, and he's terminally ill, he's sick, he's got a pacemaker in his heart, and he just doesn't know of any of it, doesn't care about any of it. All he is just happy that he's met his favourite wrestler, he's having the time of his life, and he doesn't remember the fact that he's ill. His parents don't remember the fact that he's ill because they're so happy because he's having fun. You know what I mean? It just so puts everything into perspective about what our industry is really about, because it's not all about all this stuff that we as adults think about and care about. It really is just putting smiles on people's faces and, making people happy. And that kid made me more than happy. He made me feel like that's the first time I ever felt like, I'd done something in this industry. And when Starlight approached me to be an ambassador, just honoured more than anything. And I just want to give as much as I can. And I've had wrestling gear made, suits made, just to have their logo on all over it. And they wanted me to have a cape, which I'm still against, Laura, which I'll Starlight, I'll find you. But I got it put all over my gear in regards to when you see Rockstar Spud now, you're going to see Starlight UK, and you're going to be like, oh, what's that? And basically, I'm a walking billboard, and that's what I want to be, and I have no problem with that, because if I can get one person to text to vote for the charity, then I feel like I've done my job. Even if it's one, it's one text, it's £3 just to give back to someone. So one kid can go to Disneyland. One little girl didn't want, I saw the other week, that didn't want anything in the world. She just wanted to feel like a princess. So she went out with her parents that day, and they done up a room and to look like a princess's bedroom, just so she could feel like a, you know what I mean? Like that's you as a father will appreciate this more than anything. Like, I remember Simon Rothstein, the TNA PR guy here in the UK. My father were there when we met Regan and his family. And when his mother was explaining all the stuff he'd gone through at the age of 6, those two broke down, and their father.
Yeah.
Simon's a new father. My dad's, obviously a father of myself and my brother, who's 2 years younger than me. But I don't think he'll ever understand it when, until you're a father. I'm not a father, so, but I saw what it brought two grown men to teams. It's just an amazing charity, an amazing organisation, and if anyone wants to donate, if you could just text in capital letters WISH35 space £3 to 70070, and you'll just be donating £3, and that £3 can go to absolutely anything. But it'll go to some little boy or little girl who isn't going to have many days left in his life, if bad fortune bestows upon them. So they are able to, just for one day, do whatever they've ever dreamed of. And, that's the beauty of it all. Regan's a wrestling fan. He's going to be coming to the UK tour. We're going to get him, at every event if we can. He's definitely coming to Birmingham. I know of that. We're just going to get him and his family down, just have the best day out. He'll meet absolutely everybody. I remember Southside Wrestling, which is a UK promotion over here. They've invited him and his family down to, any of the shows that they do, and they're welcome as their guest at any point. And I remember, they watched it, and Regan took away from it that he's got another favourite wrestler now, and it's Jimmy Havoc. Which I said to Jimmy, you're doing a terrible job as a bad guy, but whatever.
Yeah, and he's from Grimsby, is he?
Yeah, he's from Grimsby. And
I will sort something out for him as well then with the Grimsby promoter.
Your neck of the woods.
Absolutely.
But it's just we're gonna be doing other things. Starlight every year have these escape days with their ambassadors as well, so everybody comes and has a big party for the day and stuff, and just all the kids go there and have fun. I hope there's bouncing castles and cake, because I'm going to be,
practicing some moonsaults?
Yeah, or just falling over and entertaining the kids. And we're hopefully going to be having some wrestling escape days, which is obviously I want to raise the awareness as much as possible. So as many UK, promotions want to get involved. Any promotions worldwide, really. You can only obviously donate to Starlight UK in the UK, but any help is help. And any donation is a good donation. So, again, if you wish to donate, text us 70070, wish35 £3, and help a kid live his dream, man, or let him do whatever he wants for the day. And when you see videos on their website of some of the stuff these kids have done, and had the pleasure of doing, then you actually see your money's going to something worthwhile.
Awesome, and that's a great thing. I'm really pleased that's come along for you, because, like I say, unless you've got children, it's really hard to imagine what it must be like to have one of them not only be ill, but be terminally ill. Must be, the worst thing in the world. So
I absolutely love kids, Steve. I haven't got kids myself, but everyone who knows me, in wrestling knows that I do actually take my time to make the kids look like they're having fun. And that's why I enjoy doing the meet and greets. I enjoy doing all the, the signings and stuff, because you just get to meet these. Some of them, not gonna lie, absolute little brats. But
yeah.
You've got to make their day. You've got to make their day, and let them go away and be happy, and hopefully they'll convince their parents to come back again as well. So you've got to. Kids are what it's about. I just always remember looking at wrestling through the eyes of a child, because that's how I always look at it, and I'm honoured to be an ambassador for this company, and I'm honoured to represent TNA doing it as well, because there's some things that are said about Dixie Carter and TNA that a lot of things you don't see what good that the company does, because Matt and Jeff Hardy especially, I remember Dixie, there was a young boy who tragically lost his life, but Dixie flew his family into multiple events, including Texas, including Florida, just to be around the shows and go watch the shows at the end. And she didn't, go out and seek praise or anything like that. She did that off the goodness of her heart, because that's what a sweet lady she is. And what I'm doing is nothing but what anybody on the Impact Wrestling roster wouldn't do, and that's how committed our roster is to our fans, especially the kids.
How old are you right now, James?
32 years young, still at 25.
32 years young, so not much younger than me then. I'll be 40 in February.
I'm
so
much younger than you, yes.
8 years passes by like nothing, mate, believe you me. So soon you'll be in the same state as me. But before that time, let's say you've got another 8 years left in the business. I'm sure you can manage a bit longer than that with the amount of bumps you take these days. What does the future hold? What are you hoping for?
Well, I'm hoping to be a world champion somewhere. Obviously, that's my dream. That's my goal. And then when I've been a world champion somewhere, then my goal is to be world champion somewhere else, and then somewhere else. That's, as a performer, I want to be the top guy in a company. I want to represent a company and say, hey, I'm not the cookie cutter, 6'5", jacked monster that you expect me to be. I'm different, and this is what makes me different. And yes, I'm 5'4", but I make you care, and I want you to watch me, and I make you watch me. That's my goal. Because no matter how good your match is, if nobody sees it, then it's irrelevant. So what my goal is, hey, I want to be the world heavyweight champion, and then if I come backstage and go, people are watching you, people are tuning in, people are turning up to the live events to see you, that's what I want. But if I'm not performing at that level, then I've got to get there, and I've got to get more over, as they say, and I have to, work on that. So those are my goals professionally in the industry. I've always been interested in training. I love training people, and I'm not the softest of trainer. I'm quite direct and to the point about things. When people ask me to watch their match, I'll tell them, why did you do that? Why are you doing this? That's stupid. I'm very direct with it because that's how I was taught. Just like you are blunt about it, and that's what taught me. Very blunt. Why'd you do that? That was stupid. Do this.
Mm-hmm.
But and I've just always been interested in the backstage part of the industry as well. Like, I've had the opportunity since being at Knight to do multiple things that in the back offices, in production, everything like that. So commentary I've been able to do. There's so many. There's so many. Feathers to my bow, as I say, that I just want more feathers to my bow. So that the dream is to always have a job in this industry. But that's up to me if I always have one. And that means in the back, that means out the front. Obviously, everybody wants to be out the front as long as possible, but if not, I'd love to have an opportunity to help other people, because I get off more doing that, helping other people, than I actually do performing in the ring, which sounds really weird, but that's my goal, just to give back to the industry, because it's given me so much, and I'm, perfectly happy taking a step aside and helping other people and guiding them.
Rockstar Spud, as always. I'm not going to call you Rockstar Spud. I'm going to call you Jim, Jay. How about Jay? I like Jim.
My friends called me.
Yeah, I know, and we are technically friends, aren't we? So you are overabundant with your time. This is our third. Second one was abortive because you didn't speak, and the first one, in fact, was terrible as well because of your cheap Windows 8.1 computer. But hopefully this one has recorded properly, and everybody, I'm sure, will enjoy it. So thank you for giving me so much of your time. You've gone over to America. You're doing very well for yourself, but you've not changed one tiny little bit. So thank you for that.
No problem, mate. Thank you, and sorry we've gone a little longer, but please say this is recorded, otherwise I'm not going to be able to plug my social media, which is follow me on Facebook. You can find me under Rockstar Spud. It's the one with the most amount of followers, not the fake one that somebody's made up that everybody seems to tag in.
You got a fake Facebook account. You are famous. You are famous.
There's too many of them. There's Twitter @Rockstar Spud. You can find me on Instagram Rockstar_Spud. And and you can find me on all those avenues. You can keep watching me on Impact Wrestling every Sunday in the UK on Challenge at 9, and also when we debut on Pop TV on the 5th of January in the United States. We're going live from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, so I look forward to seeing everybody also on the UK tour. On the 29th of January we're going to be in Manchester, The 30th, which is my birthday, bring presents, will be at Wembley Arena, and everyone knows what happened to me at Wembley Arena last year, where I got my head shaved by EC3, so let's hope that don't happen again. And then on the 31st, we're in my hometown of Birmingham. It's Birmingham. So